Okay, so to round up this part of the tutorial system, I wanted to just quickly cover what's going to move forward to the next stage, and what we're going to do is just basically compile all the chosen photographs into one rough image that I can use as a kind of a guide to do the sketching. So what I've chosen is basically this image, which is the main one, this image, which I'm going to reverse, so I'm going to do it that way, okay, and this image here, which is the main one I'm going to use, and actually then use this as the kind of, as I said before, use the legs, because I really like the way the legs working on that. So what we're going to do is choose the first one, close it, put it into my document, make it big enough so I can look at it. Like so. What I'm going to do now is carefully cut out the two sections of the leg that I want to use. So, doesn't matter if you can see details and things, it's just to basically use as a guide, as I said. So what I need to do is just resize that roughly the same size as the original one. So you use that angle there as the marker. Now if you can't see how the thing's working underneath, you can always lower the opacity whilst you're doing this. Like so, it fits in. Like so. And this is already, you can see it's got a much more interesting line there. Okay. So up the opacity again. Now we're going to take the second leg. It doesn't matter even if it's in the right perspective or anything, because we're just going to manipulate that later when we do the sketching and everything, so we just need to get the forms in place. This one's a little bit odd because this part is actually part of the trouser, you can't see it because of the lighting. So we'll be aware of that when we do the actual sketching. Okay, paste that in. We can enlarge that again. What I'm going to do here is do a little bit of tweaking whilst I'm you see the leg. If I just keep clicking on and off with the leg, it's a different angle. I want to keep the original angle, so what I'm going to do is just get the rubber tool, or eraser as the Americans call it. Okay, and what we're going to do is just literally, whilst that's in slightly opaque, I'm going to keep the bits I need, which is that bit. Okay, just see if there's anything else I like. Just make sure we don't cover over the hand. So, also so we can see the king coming out just for reference. Like so. As I said, it doesn't matter if you can see all of it, and I want to remove as much of this as possible. Like so. Make sure this bit's cut into the line, so we can see the behind part as well. Excellent. So, okay, so that's the two stages of setting up the legs, which is much more interesting, I think. Obviously what we're going to do is change the angle of this, because obviously it wouldn't work that way, it would become more that way. So I've got to make sure we do that. I'm just going to see if this head's going to fit on, because it's got a more nice, interesting pose than the other one. Let's just cut away as much of this as possible. So it's going to sometimes, yeah, as I said before, some people do caricatures and they're actually got bigger heads than normal, but I tend to like things to stay proportional. So what we're going to do is just place that roughly where his head would be. Like so. Obviously when I paint it I've got to consider the lighting and everything. Seems it is further back as well, so we'll push it to the down there. I think it's a little bit further down. I'm just going to remove this piece here. And this piece here. Okay, just for referencing. You can see that's roughly in the same place. I've got to consider the lighting though, because obviously the lighting is coming from this side on the jacket, and it's not on that side from the portrait, so we've got to change that when we do the actual rendering. But as you see, you've got a reference there, got some lighting down this side, so we'll just use that as a guide. Okay, I think that gives a kind of a more interesting pose. It's actually looking quite cheeky at the camera. As I said, I wanted to extend this to make it look more three-dimensional as well, so what we can do there is just hold the shift down whilst I pull that down. And then I can take the original one, which is that foot. Just pull that down as well. Like so. And that's giving it kind of a more of a flat and angled look to it. Okay, so that's how we would set up the image and everything. As I said before, I'm going to change this a little bit as well when I paint and draw it. Okay, so it's actually more interesting. And it will change a little bit, but this is the basics, what I call a basic setup. Okay, so I'm going to just save that. When we come back, we'll actually then be moving on to the actual sketching process. Okay, so that's how I would use multiple images to set up a possible composition idea. Again, looking at this, actually the head needs to move more that way and a little bit up. It's looking natural, like so. Okay, so I'm just going to save that again. And we're going to come back and do the the pencil sketching next.